Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Game Over, another week of GDQ Hotfix Speedruns. I'm going to be your host as always, Regal. Game Over is a show where we like to put on speedruns of games that are being played at a higher difficulty level than normal, or games that have a reputation for higher difficulty. And today we have three very cool speedruns for two different games. Starting off, we're going to have Proto Shy, who's going to be running the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered, a very interesting category. Beat the Arena on Master difficulty, the highest difficulty level in the new Oblivion Remaster. Also, we're going to have a little bit of an extra run at the end just for fun to show off the very short, very fast 80% speed run, just as an extra bit of Oblivion content for y'all. And then after that, we're also going to have a Halo Reach legendary run by Kronos, which I'm very much looking forward to. But first, let's throw it over to Proto Shy, who's going to intro the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remaster speedrun for us. What's up, Proto Shy?
Hi, I'm Proto Shy, and I've been speedrunning this game since it came out about 2 months ago now. And I'm going to be doing the Master Difficulty Arena quest line.
Nice.
Show off. There we go. Our Master Difficulty.
Just to make sure we're actually playing on the highest difficulty. Okay.
And then we're going to get right into it. We're going to start a game. And we're going to go ahead and choose our race, which is Redguard. They just happen to have the fastest stats. And we're going to start. 3, 2, 1.
All right, good luck.
Immediately, we're going to go ahead and set a hotkey for some spells. And sit around for about a minute and a half.
I can't even imagine.
While this guy talks smack at you the whole time.
Absolutely deplorable human being. He has nothing nice to say. But it's all we get to listen to for now.
No one ever leaves this prison alive.
So I do know that the difficulty level for this particular remake has been known to be extremely brutal. Can you maybe go over what it's going to be like the differences?
Absolutely. At the normal difficulty, Adept, damage is as you expect. It's multiplied by 1. And all damage you receive is multiplied by 1. All damage you deal is multiplied by 1. At higher difficulties, all damage you receive at Expert is multiplied by 3, and at Master is multiplied by 10. So you become very fragile. And then all the damage you deal becomes divided by 10 at Master difficulty. So it becomes very difficult to kill even the most basic enemies.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of people try to do it on their first playthroughs, and it looks like not the easiest thing to do. That's for sure.
No, not very easy at all. So what we're doing right now is we're just moving them along, getting them angry at us so they'll chase us so that we can move along the quest line a little faster. And then we're just going to let Boris and Glenroy take care of killing these assassins. As soon as they do, we're just going to do a little backtrack. It happens to skip some of their dialogue and let us progress just a little faster.
Sorry, sire, but we have to.
Here we need arrows, which are conveniently located on the skeleton. It lets us duplicate some potions that restore our fatigue and let us sprint longer.
So, how many of these glitches that you're going to be doing are things that existed on the previous version of Oblivion?
That is a good question. There is currently a glitch. I'm not going to showcase it here, as it is not something I've had enough time to work in. But we can basically load a save while going through a door that we have a key for. And it will allow us to just open any door that's locked and has a key assigned to it. That was originally discovered in the base game, I think just a couple years ago, maybe 2023-ish. And at first, we didn't think it was possible, because you usually cause it by opening a menu, and you can't do that here because of the way that menus work.
Okay, so there are things that are definitely like changed. It's not all going to be exactly the same as like playing the original, but you figured out ways to kind of recreate the same things.
Yeah, everything's just a little bit different.
Yeah,
a little bit familiar. And there we quickly talk to the Emperor and get our birth sign, which happens to be, in this case, the Apprentice. It gives us a negative effect that usually you don't want because it makes you more fragile. It's 100% weakness to magic. Makes us take even more damage. But it gives that effect to us later for enchanting. And that is going to allow us to do more damage.
I accept your surrender.
so what is the, I don't know if this is a leaderboard category, but what would you say is like maybe the world record time for this, or your PB even?
At the moment, the world record and my PB is 34 minutes and 40 seconds.
Wow.
I'll let you live this time.
And I set that yesterday night.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think this is a leaderboard category. Is that correct?
It is not. A month or two ago, somebody joined the speedrunning Discord for this game and put out a bounty. $100 for whoever holds the world record for this new category on July 17th, I believe. And I was previously only running any percent, but I decided that this seemed interesting enough to try.
Yeah, which we'll see the 80% run later. And I'm excited to see that because I haven't seen a full 80% run of this. I just know it's very short. So I expect some shenanigans to occur.
Very short, yes.
Speak.
So we're going to go ahead and beat the game, which is somehow able to grant us access to the Arcane University later and allow us to enchant our weapon. Okay. Because we're on master difficulty, sometimes you can just die there. Some scam will have a stray fireball.
Nice. Yeah.
Or Dramora will shock you. And it absolutely kills the run.
Well, there's the 80% run right there, which we'll get to see on the normal difficulty later.
We appear to be experiencing some difficulties that I've not run into before.
Oh, amazing. That's always the best. This has never happened before?
Not for this category, not without... I've experienced it sort of during testing, but never like this. Martin should come and interrupt us while we're waiting for him. And that doesn't seem to be happening right now. So
Okay.
I'm hoping I just missed a trigger. I think we're gonna load an auto save.
Okay.
Ooh. Are we gonna load an auto save?
Did it overwrite too many times? Yeah.
Might have. It's okay. We'll go to the sewers because I made a manual save there. We did just lose probably 3 minutes.
That's okay. My first my time playing through this with the remake, trying to do the Thieves Guild, lost like 4 hours of progress because of a quest breaking, and all of my autosaves like overwriting like anything that would have been able to fix it. So this is just like that, except instead of 4 hours, it's just 3 minutes.
I'm gonna go ahead and quick save there just in case.
Okay.
Yeah, so earlier we performed a glitch that gives us a taller camera than we're supposed to have, which allows us to stick our head through the door and reach into the out of bounds where there's another door, and that leads to the final scene of the game. And that happens to be patched less than a week ago. So
Oh, really?
currently playing on a downgraded version of the game.
Yeah.
We might have to restart. How do you guys want to handle that?
No, it's okay. We can restart if you need to.
All right. Well, I have no clue where Martin is. So
We have a little bit of extra time on this show, anyways. So if we want to just like go back through it, it's
would you
totally
like me to close the game down and?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Who knows what Bethesda has done to sabotage the run?
Yeah. Todd Howard
Yeah.
as our Lord and Savior, but also
Todd
sometimes-
giveth and Todd taketh away.
Exactly.
Sometimes Todd doesn't want you to get your speedrun finished. Okay. Make sure you also like reopen it on in Discord as well.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Like really, it's just on brand for this game. It's just like something like
Yeah.
silly like that to happen. Is the okay? You're still a master.
Master
Great.
difficulty still, and
Yeah,
we're gonna jump right back into it.
It just works. Yeah.
It just works.
Oh, that's perfect. Really.
All right. Back to Redguard.
All right. There we go.
Wake up, Red Guard.
I didn't really get to show this off earlier.
Sure.
But there's a glitch that we were originally going to use in this run that I discovered pretty early on into the game, where you can just jump on props that you're holding.
Yeah.
It's present in a lot of games, but in this one you have to sort of activate it by like propping it up on your head first. And then you can just sort of fly.
That's awesome. I feel like I've seen this in so many Bethesda games, actually.
Oh, yeah. I think it's it's more effective, I think, in this game, but a little more difficult to pull off.
We don't know that, sire.
But instead, we just, we found a way to sort of clip through the wall.
I know it.
Where that would usually be used to get over the wall. So
to be off limits.
we just do that.
Usual mix up with the watch.
Sometimes you find a more powerful glitch that just like makes a bunch of other glitches irrelevant.
Yeah, it is unfortunate though, because I feel like that's more fun.
Stay put.
Yeah.
Let's go.
There's always like so many like not useful glitches, but they're still super cool.
Sire, we must keep moving.
Take care. There will be blood and death before the end.
I don't think that there is a character whose voice I love more
There's no way to open it from the other
than
side.
this Emperor.
Imperial Septum. I mean, Patrick Stewart is classic. My favorite TV show of all time is Star Trek: The Next Generation.
I haven't had the chance to see it yet. I have seen some of the movies, of course. Everybody has.
It's classic Patrick Stewart.
Protect the Emperor.
Yeah.
The captain's down.
Sometimes Renault will just stand in the clearing there, and you get to watch her script just kill her without without anything to cause the death.
She's dead.
Maybe she had a heart attack.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stand aside.
skip didn't work. Sometimes it just doesn't.
Don't worry, sir. We will get you out of here. They won't be the first to underestimate the blades.
Well, while we are running through this section again, is it okay if I get an announcement
Don't try
in?
to
Absolutely.
Okay, let me see. All right, I just want to say thank you to everyone for supporting GDQ Hotfix with your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits. Excuse me. Your contributions help keep our shows running. If you're enjoying the stream, consider subscribing for exclusive emotes, ad-free viewing, and access to chat during replays. You can also always support the stream by sharing the Games Done Quick channel with your friends. And back to you, Press Shy. Back to the rats.
All right.
The sewers.
The rats are actually really annoying because
Yeah?
I don't know if they spawn in a random location or if they wander randomly. Probably the latter. But sometimes they just... Oh. That's supposed to happen later.
Okay.
It just allowed us to do that glitch where we get a little taller. You can see my head scraping on the ceiling.
Yeah. I was about to ask if things are already like gonna take you out in like one shot here, but I guess this is like pretty low level area.
Yeah, fortunately, we don't have to worry about that too much. Ooh, got the extra speed there. We don't quite make it across that gap.
Yeah, so like
Alright.
the camera's like unlocked from your character.
Just a little
Here.
bit, yeah.
spot and protect the
It's
Emperor
sort of-
until help arrives.
Above where it's supposed to be.
Help. What makes you think help will get here?
And when we look down, of course,
Get the
it
Emperor out of here.
sort of follows that motion that our head would make. Kind of like we have a 3-foot neck.
Damn it! It's that prisoner again. Kill him. He might be working with the assassins.
Oh, Glenroy, you're just not going to open that door, huh?
Don't push me.
He can help us. He must help us.
They can.
So what was the bonus of the sign that you get here? You said that there's a negative that like takes you take extra damage, but what was the bonus?
Right. So the effect that it gives us as an attribute, as a permanent debuff, is 100% Magicka weakness, which makes us take more damage from all magical sources. And because we have that effect applied to us, we have access to it later in spellmaking or enchanting.
Oh, I see.
So
that makes sense.
We use that to ramp up our damage.
That makes sense. It's like it unlocks the ability. Yeah.
You may as well.
Ooh, he almost got you.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. Usually it's not the Emperor.
Hold up. Don't like this. Let me take a look.
All right.
Looks clear. We're almost through.
I'll let you live this time, Kerr.
So
You're
killing
actually
him,
like taking him out.
There are rats
killing him
goblins,
early
but from what I've
skips
seen of you,
the Emperor's assassination.
Oh, interesting.
After Boris sees that the Emperor or that assassin is dead, he just assumes that the Emperor is also dead. And so technically we've averted the entire Oblivion crisis.
Roll credits like immediately. The game just never happens. All right. Well, hopefully it lets us through.
Hopefully.
Okay.
We may actually be able to start the run.
You have my ear, citizen.
I'm only asking.
So I guess that's the door that immediately takes you into the
Yeah, the one that was in the ground. That was conveniently left in the game. It's the same one that we used to beat the game early in the original game. If you've ever seen a 2.5 minute OG Oblivion speedrun, that's why.
Okay. We're looking for.
There we go.
Oh yes. Let's go.
Martin has thankfully-
Martin showed up, and he's looking up at you with your very long neck.
Yep, and Sean Bean is about to turn into a dragon. They did an incredible job with this fight.
Yeah.
Which we have to watch most of. So you've got about a minute if you'd like to make any other announcements.
Sure. All right. Well, while this epic fight happens. Okay, if you're looking to get more involved with the GDQ community, you can join the official Games Done Quick Discord and add the hotfix role to stay in the loop on upcoming events, chat with staff, and more. Use !Discord in Twitch chat for an invite and more info. And back to this amazing cinematic here.
I'm not sure if you noticed, but his teeth were still suspended in the air when he got disintegrated.
No, I didn't.
For just a moment.
I'll have to watch that next time.
I don't think that usually happens. Oop.
The dragon will stand forever.
That's a bit of an annoying dialogue to skip.
Okay, now the run begins.
The run begins. We're going to go straight to Leowin, where we're going to join the Mages Guild, find some skooma, duplicate that skooma, solve our carry weight issues for the rest of the run, and get a little bit of cash.
So does the rest of the run feature as many glitches as like that beginning part does? Are we still going to see some cool tech?
We are going to see some cool tech. We're going to see some warping and
Farewell, child.
we're going to see some, mostly warping, but we will also see some more head glitching. Oh, hang on. We're going to see some head glitching. We're going to see some more duplication, like we're doing now.
So how does this dupe work?
So we're basically just dragging. Oh, I don't need to do that actually. We're basically just dragging a stack of items that has the number we want over into the other side. And then it just doesn't transfer. And then we select something else and it transfers that whole amount.
Oh, okay.
I think that's good. And then we're going to go ahead and sell some of our skooma to make some cash.
I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all. I can't
Ooh, that's a bit
afford
too
to
much.
do that.
Also a bit too much. With skooma being so expensive, it's a bit hard to select an amount of skooma that she'll accept.
Yeah, they only have a certain amount of gold, right?
Yeah. And now we're going to go ahead and go to the Arcane University, where we're going to do a little bit of head glitching to steal a... not steal. We're part of the Mages Guild. But these soul gems are conveniently locked behind this display case, and we need them. So...
I would call that stealing, maybe, but I guess it's not like against the law in the game.
Yeah, well, not really, because we're part of the Mages Guild, and so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You can just take whatever you want. Yeah, I see.
And now, I don't know if you'd classify this as a clip, but it just ragdolling there just sort of puts us through the wall.
Nice.
And then to get back out of the wall, we're going to go to the main menu and load our save, which somehow acts differently than loading the save normally. Also,
Hello.
the music is going to be gone for the rest of the run because I guess it happens when you beat the game.
Huh. I have had the music glitch out and just not play for me while playing it casually. That is interesting.
So we just enchanted our dagger with a few effects: fire damage, weakness to fire, and weakness to magic, which just allows us to ramp up damage by recursively hitting our opponent. And here we come back to the sewers to activate another glitch. We call it class reset. This was present in the original game, and it lets us basically transfer the race selection screen to the to whatever save we want. And then also the birth sign screen. So we don't have to deal with the negative effects of the birth sign that we chose earlier.
Oh, that's cool.
So we chose Breton for the magic resistance, and we're taking the lover sign to be able to paralyze our upcoming enemy. This enemy happens to be the highest level enemy available in the game, I believe, at the moment. Of course, later on we could level up and find other higher level opponents, but at level 1, this is the highest level opponent. And she has a sword. Many of you may know it as Umbra.
Yeah.
It's the highest base damage weapon available at any point in the game, let alone right now.
Yeah, it's like a classic strat. Like, go get the Umbra sword.
And this happens sometimes where I have the head of a Breton and the body of the body of a Red Guard.
Oh, gosh, this game is so great.
All right.
Umbra shall feed.
And there we go. We've frozen Umbra and taken a little bit of a fall ourselves so that we can take her sword.
That was quick.
It was. Ooh.
Ooh.
Thankfully, I have a lot of health from all the skooma I just drank, which allowed me to survive that fireball.
That's increasing your speed as well, right?
It is. That's the main reason we get it.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can just... Nope. There appears to be an enemy nearby. Nope. Or an enemy is still aggroed on us inside, which allows, which keeps us from fast traveling. Yeah. So what we did is we just quick saved and quick loaded, and that makes them forget all about us.
Well,
all right. And now we are finally
the ring leaves us with the
in the arena.
get it. Move on.
I had a very interesting strat when I played this casually. I imagine you will not be doing the same thing.
Probably not, but go ahead and hit me.
So what I ended up doing was, of course, I was playing as a stealth archer, and I just sat in the entrance of the arena and just got into the sneak position and shot them until they went down, and they just would stand there not doing anything.
Leaves us all.
Forgot you're ready for the match.
Probably
No,
not the
we won't be
fastest
doing
way to
that.
do it, but it was plenty entertaining for me.
Good people of the Imperial City.
And there we go. We've just teleported into.
Oh my!
And she's dead.
That's awesome.
And so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and set that up again. We are basically becoming paralyzed by eating rat meat, by the way.
Okay.
And I inadvertently locked myself in by performing a glitch. By quick saving and quick loading, which glitched the gates closed while they were opening. But basically we become paralyzed, and then quick save and quick load while that's while we are paralyzed, and then it just marks a location for us to come back to later.
Welcome.
And I call that parallel parking. I discovered that a few weeks after the game came out.
Oh, that's amazing.
It is probably the second most important glitch in the speedrun, or at least in the speedrunning community.
Yeah.
In this run, I'd say it's probably the most important.
Yeah, like there's so much time that you spend just having them like introduce you.
And here we can just sort of talk to Owen, the battle master, through the wall, and saves us from having to go around the long way and talk to him.
Wow. Yeah, this is not what I was doing. Not at all.
All right.
That's super cool.
Now, it seems pretty easy right now, but there are a few opponents later on that will give us some trouble. The first of those opponents is going to be a Breton, who, thanks to his racial ability of resisting magicka by 50%, is just a bit tankier. And I think we'll probably get to the other ones later for a little bit of suspense.
Nice. You got the Umbra sword for one of them, I assume.
Yes. Oh, you know what? I have completely forgotten to do one quick thing, which will hopefully speed everything up. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So I have these 700 apples and grapes that you might be wondering why I got so many. And it is specifically to create a few hundred potions and increase my alchemy level to 50. And we're going to go ahead and drop those. And what that lets us do, because we are now a journeyman in alchemy from our quick training session, we just get to drink more skooma. Usually you overdose at 4, 5 really. But with this you can drink 6, and then using a glitch you can drink another 6. Oop. And because skooma makes us faster, drinking 12 instead of 8 makes us much faster.
Yeah, makes sense.
And everything's going to be a bit more repetitive from here. So if you have anything to mention again, go for it.
Yeah, we'll get some announcements soon. So how many arena fights in total are there? Do you know?
Ooh, that is a good question. I know there's more than 20, I think.
Wow. And maybe, I'm guessing you've maybe done like 5 or 6 so far?
Feels about right.
You made it to Bloodletter.
I'm Bloodletter. That's... we go up in ranks of 2, or ranks of every 3 matches. So I think I've done about 6, yeah.
This is probably like the fastest like guild quest line though.
It might
At least
be.
I casually it definitely was for me.
Oh yeah, casually, yeah. Ooh. Casually, yeah, absolutely. I believe the Thieves Guild can just be skipped almost entirely. I think you need to join the Thieves Guild, and then there's a dungeon that can be glitched through later that
You just get like one particular item and it just goes to the end.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You talk to the guild leader over there, the Gray Fox, and then in a location that he's not expecting you to be yet, and it just advances all the quests necessary.
If it's a fight you want,
Ain't no
fight you'll get.
Bloodletters do what they do best, and then die. Prove their worth.
Hang on.
So let the
Oh, this one's feisty.
bloodletting
Is she a Breton too?
good people.
No time.
Winner.
She might have been a Breton, or had some magical resistance gear on her.
Oh, so are these fights like randomized? Like your opponents?
They're leveled, so they get to pull from certain equipment, but the individual opponents are set.
Just
Okay.
get the yellow team started.
Like this guy will always be a dark elf archer, which of course he didn't use his bow there because we got so close, but
Yeah, nice archer.
one thing to note, I haven't actually run this game or this speedrun with alchemy at level 50 before. This was an idea I had at work literally today.
Oh yeah, cool. Just to
which is
use
why
more
I forgot
skooma.
about it. Yeah, just to
Yeah.
have more skooma. It should hopefully help us later with the fight where we need Umbra for,
Magical dagger.
as it'll let us take more hits
If the blue team can
because skooma gives us more health.
winnings.
I like that. Just like at work, daydreaming about speedrunning, coming up with ideas. I've definitely like routed out stuff while at work in like a meeting.
There's so many times where I have an idea for something that would potentially speed up the game. Usually they don't end up working out. And I just have to write it down in the notes app on my phone.
Yeah, no, I can specifically remember a meeting I had at work like many years ago, and I like came up with a brand new route for the category I'd been running. It's like a total reroute, just like while in the meeting. For Dark Souls 1. I routed the whole thing on paper, used some calculations, like all in the meeting. And I didn't need to be paying attention to it, but yeah, I like that. Just can't get your head out of the video game.
Yeah, I think in the first or second week of the game being out, I decided I wanted to play the any percent category blindfolded.
Oh yeah?
And so I was at work and I downloaded the maps for the original game because the rest of them, the new ones, haven't been uploaded yet at that point. We're gonna back up real quick. My skooma's running out. And then I just started drawing out lines and whatnot that I'd have to follow and whatnot.
Yeah, that's cool.
Ended up not really working out like that. Playing blind is, as you might be able to imagine, a lot more difficult than
Yeah, it is. It is.
than just write it on a napkin and it'll work.
Hey, get your brain going. Get your brain going.
People of the Imperial City, welcome.
So the glitch that lets us warp here is a little bit finicky. It just doesn't like some races, and I haven't gotten a comprehensive list of all of them, but I know for a fact that High Elf just doesn't want to perform the glitch.
That's
If you
interesting.
become paralyzed by the actual magical effect of paralysis, it works for high health. But if you're just eating rat meat, I guess it's not regal enough for the average high health.
Not regal enough? Like me?
Yeah. Apparently, yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to get in a quick announcement, though.
All right.
While you take out another yellow team warrior. Okay, so you can catch up on past Hotfix shows, special events, and GDQ marathons over on youtube.com/gamesdonequick. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay up to date with GDQ. And back to the yellow team slaughter.
She'll come out of that.
Okay, so this, I believe, is the last match before we see our first problem match.
Okay.
They're going to send out 3 Argonian prisoners. And the main thing is that they are... Well, there's 3 of them. So it's harder to avoid their attacks.
Yeah.
And they just have a higher damage output.
Yeah, I remember this one.
Okay.
I think this next one was like one where I couldn't.
Oh, she healed.
Yeah. There's like some spot you can get in the arena as well where like you're up above where they can't even like hit you and you can just freely shoot them with the bow. I think I used that on a few of these fights as well.
That was in the original game, and I think they've done their darndest to put out invisible walls, but I did find one spot where you can like sit on a spike.
Yeah, I managed to do it.
Yeah.
It like just barely you're hanging on. They can't get to you.
There are 3 Argonian opponents. And I'm hoping that having extra skooma with us will allow us to take them out a little easier. Oh, actually, this doesn't happen usually. They just don't see us. Until
let's
we attack
go. Them. That'll make it easier. Nice.
So much easier.
Nice.
I've had it happen at least once before with these specific opponents. Later on, we're going to get a match where that happens 100% of the time.
Awesome. Yeah, that's cool.
But for that specific match, it's really just really nice.
You're the best the blue team has to offer.
You're the best they have to offer.
I am the best they have to offer.
Honestly, you're doing a pretty good job, I gotta say.
I think the patrons at the arena here, the spectators, are getting pretty good money. Pretty good worth for their money.
Yeah, they can't see anything that's happening whatsoever, but they love it.
All they know is that some guy is teleporting.
Yeah, they hear some moans and groans, and then some dude just runs out like super fast. Man, they get to see a lot of deaths in like, you know, short amount of time.
Victory will be mine.
This is a OP dagger. Oh, maybe not OP enough.
No, this is the Breton that I was talking about earlier. He's
resistant.
Yeah, 70% resistance to magicka right now.
You've prayed for it, and these combatants have bled for it.
Ooh,
A high-stakes
okay.
advancement match. Let's see who has what it takes.
I drank too many potions. Alright. We're just gonna run out real quick, and we will get some more magicka.
Getting a real fight here.
We'll get... yeah, we'll get the ability to drink more... I overdosed again.
Yeah, they're loving this one.
All right, there we go. Yeah, that guy will kill you sometimes.
You're about to face off.
It's kind of a wild card, actually.
Good people of the Imperial City, welcome.
This teleport is so cool.
It's really incredible.
Behold,
Yeah.
two heroes meet in the fighting office for an epic battle.
So are you like
This guy's...
dupe?
this guy's actually a member of the Blades who let the prisoner, the Emperor, sorry, die about 20 minutes ago.
Well, he didn't actually die.
Well, he didn't die. We saved him.
Yeah.
But it wasn't thanks to him.
Are you just like duplicating your dagger over and over again? Is that happening? Because keep seeing like more of them.
So we duplicated the dagger in the Arcane University.
Oh, so you've already
right
done
after
that.
we enchanted
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
And so every time we need a new dagger, the old one gets separated from the stack.
Imperial City, welcome to the arena. Put your hands and your voices together for
All right. Oh, this is the Gray Aegis. He has a magical shield that gives him 100% resistance to magicka.
Is this the Umbra Sword time?
And this is why we
Yeah.
have Umbra. And the extra skooma is definitely helping us tank.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, this is not going too bad.
Gotta back up. When my skooma expires, all my extra health goes away. Oh. Okay, that happens sometimes. Because
Did you
skooma
get
gives
paralyzed?
Yeah, so skooma
Yeah.
gives you extra agility. No, it takes away your agility. And that can drain your stamina. And if it goes below 0, then it paralyzes you.
Which re-triggers the glitch. That's funny.
Yeah. And unfortunately, that kind of trigger we can't use to set up the glitch again. So we have to go back and do that right now.
Okay, I see.
hail the combatant from the blue team. Victor from the
Hopefully we still have enough rat meat to complete. We should. Yeah. No, I don't want to poison Umbra. What? I haven't seen that happen. I don't think I pressed the poison.
Go.
This is, I believe, the champion match. So right before Grand Champion, we're going to go, yep, we have Pork Chop here.
Yeah, pork
And we're going
chop.
to fight off against... I actually don't need to set up the glitch again.
I give you a blue team.
And I guess these guys, like always, aren't aggroed.
Yeah, so when we glitch in here like this, well,
Well, now you hit both of them.
there it is.
Good job, pork chop. Well
Good
done.
job, Pork Chop. Back when I first started running, he did saved me once. He took out the last enemy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh. So we're no longer getting our assignment from Owen. We now have to talk to the battle matron, Isabel.
Okay. So you're ready?
And we are going to take Shadow Step. I believe that's the fastest dialogue. And so this guy. Oh. So we've just teleported to an entirely different spot, seemingly. Actually, we are going to go to the main menu real quick. The arena where the Grand Champion fight takes place is a different cell. And the coordinates are at a slightly different spot. So, but we can just go ahead and
Hello, my friend.
do that. And, oh, we did not rest for the... Usually we can, okay, there we go.
That was
So now we have to wait for the gate.
Yeah.
But usually we wait right before coming in here so that we can paralyze him like we did Umbra. But with the skooma, we actually have enough health to where we can just ignore that.
That was ridiculous. I guess just because like you're like trying to teleport to like totally different set of coordinates. Oh, did you miss a trigger? Okay. Nice. Yeah, he says, "Hello, my friend," when you drop it.
And time.
Nice. That was ridiculous.
We can go ahead and show that off the arena.
Awesome. That was incredible, actually. There were so many cool things that I had no idea that you could do in this run.
And for in-game time, that was 34 minutes and 57 seconds. Only 17 seconds shy of the world record.
Wow. Nice. Still like, 8 minutes underestimate for RTA. So really we're not even that like far behind for the show. So like, that reset, not a big deal at all. So well done. I guess, so we are going to do a, just for fun, just do a quick like any % run after this, but we're going to take a short little break to go set up for that. So stay tuned. We'll stay here with Proto Shy, but we're gonna go set that up. We'll be right back, y'all. Okay. All right, welcome back, y'all. We have Proto Shy here to do a short little any % run for funsies. Proto Shy, you want to take it away for us?
All right. So if you were here for the last run, we were on Master difficulty. We're going to be switching to Novice for this. It makes us go so much smoother. We're able to kill things in one shot most of the time. And importantly, it's going to be a much shorter run.
All right. Let's whenever you're ready. And I guess the timer starts after character creation, just like the other one.
Absolutely. As soon as we hit confirm on creating our new character. Just like the last one, we're going to go ahead and go with a red guard for their speed. And we're going to start it in 3, 2, 1.
Oh. Wake up, Red God.
You say it's going to be faster, but honestly, it was still fast on the Master difficulty.
It was, and it's not going to be much faster, but it will be maybe 30 30 seconds, a minute
Yeah?
faster. Just being able to kill things ourselves.
In this opening
There's
area.
a lot of variance in this. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Instead of relying on the guards to kill everything for us. I did have an idea to escape the cell, which would be an incredible,
Yeah.
potential minute and a half time save. You can become paralyzed in here by running out the adrenaline rush timer, which is the racial power that the Red Guard has. And if you sit in this chair at the exact same time, you kind of clip through the floor.
What's this prisoner doing? This cell is supposed to be off limits.
And then you can be warped back in bounds by loading a save from the main menu.
Stand back, prisoner.
But
we won't hesitate to kill you if you get
after
in
you
our
do
way.
that, the guards stay in here, and you're out there.
Let's
Oh, that's
not out of
unfortunate.
this yet.
You. I've seen you.
So
Yeah, we were just here about 20 minutes ago.
Sire, we must keep moving.
I've seen you honestly twice today. This is the third time that he's seen us today.
Better not close this door. There's no way to open it from the
So
outside.
for reference, how fast is the record for this run?
The in-game time world record for this is, I believe, 5 minutes and 42 seconds.
Dang. What is the
I'll let you
what's the
live
time
this
for the
time,
original?
I want to say 2 minutes and 30, 40, maybe
That-
20 seconds.
That's like ridiculous.
Yeah, well, that's the in-game time. The real time, I want to say, is
They be waiting for us here.
probably longer than
Oh,
this run, because
interesting.
they do a lot of load warping,
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
a lot of saving and loading, and so they do get a lot of benefit for the in-game timer.
Yeah.
This chest right here, where we duplicate potions of restore fatigue, is an addition to the route that I made myself. I want to say 2 or 3 weeks in. I scoured the entire tutorial area for any kind of fatigue restoring potion that we could duplicate, and it just happens to be right there. That's a bit of a backup rat. During the master difficulty run, we just we definitely needed that rat meat, but here it's a backup in case
Okay.
I don't land this trick coming up here, where we ran out of fatigue and we got paralyzed coming through the door.
Yeah.
And seemed to be a bit
Protect the Emperor
taller,
until
maybe,
arrives.
but not quite as tall as I should be.
Here they come again.
So coming up, we're going to use the backup rat meat.
Damn it! It's that prisoner.
Yeah, everybody wishes they were a little taller.
Prisoner.
I get that.
Well, there's a difference between a little taller and 10 feet tall. Oh, you know what? I should be killing these guys.
Yeah, the muscle memory of the master difficulty.
Yeah, I'm used to these guys. Hello, Boris. I'm used to these guys being taken care of for me. So here, we're gonna kill these guys. Because of some aggro manipulation that I did, they just sort of don't recognize us at all. Okay.
Live this time. Hold up. I don't like this.
And we do not need poisons to kill this guy anymore. Ooh, actually, he might die.
I'll let you live this time.
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and change my difficulty.
Interesting.
It is just... Why isn't he moving? Hello? Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and load the autosave.
Did something go wrong?
Saving and loading has a lot of crazy effects, like making them forget that they were supposed to be doing something. So I accidentally gave him a critical hit. Was what
I'll let you live this time.
accidentally made me kill him.
Oh, so you need him to open the gate for you.
Yeah. So, he actually doesn't usually... he doesn't usually open the gate, but we reverse pickpocket a lockpick into his inventory. And it allows him to open it.
That's funny.
He'll be able to open any door at all, whether it has a pickable lock or not. And then we just kill him.
And then in game, like, right?
Almost. Sometimes the fast travel option doesn't just doesn't appear there. Once again, we just teleport right to the end of the main quest.
Martin will cooperate.
Right. Got to listen to the music there. Sometimes, if the combat music is still going, it means you're still aggroed on a NPC, and they won't let you wait. Usually, it clears the aggro. Fortunately, it did here.
Oh, there's Martin.
I'm with you.
He's with us. Goodbye, Martin.
And we get to
That's
watch
time.
this again. It's time. Okay, nice. Awesome. Well, thanks so much for showing these runs off to us for us, Protoshy. This has been a very interesting experience. There's a lot of stuff that I just did not know anything. I'm glad I stayed like blind on the runs to see these live.
It's a very interesting game. They did a really good job on Mayron's Dagon.
Yeah, this cutscene's awesome.
Oh, there's his
Yeah,
jaw.
I can see the teeth. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, that's cool. All right. Well, do you want to give yourself your shout outs and tell everybody where they can find you?
Yeah. So I mainly stream on Twitch.
The amulet is shattered.
You can find me at twitch.tv/Protoshy.
This, but the
When I have a
dragon will
personal best, I do upload them to YouTube, and occasionally I release a guide. And I'll probably be doing that for this the Master Difficulty Arena run pretty soon.
Great. Well, that was awesome. Thank you so much for being here, Protoshy. I really appreciate it. That was extremely entertaining. This is a very, very busted game. Bethesda games are typically like that, so it's not really any surprise. Thank you for showing off all this cool stuff to us. But we are going to go to a break, and after that, we're going to have another run right after this, so don't go anywhere. We're going to have Kronos who's going to be running Halo Reach on Legendary difficulty for us after the break. So stay right there. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back, y'all, to Game Over. We are back with our second run, or actually third run of the night's second game. We have Kronos here, who's going to be doing a Halo Reach Legendary run for us. Kronos, take it away.
Yep. Hello. I'm Kronos. I've been running a lot of Halo speedruns. You probably recognize me from bunch of other Halo runs that I've done at GDQs in the past, including this run at GDQ X, I believe.
Yeah, I was at that one.
Yeah, that was a very fun run.
Yeah, I remember that
here I am going to showcase Halo Reach Legendary again. Hopefully I'm not super rusty, and our goal here is to get around an hour and a half. So yeah, I will get started here in 3, 2, 1, start.
Good luck.
Yep. So, yeah, I'm Kronos, yep. And this is WC, the first mission of Halo Reach here. Pretty nice cutscene stuff here. Yeah, we're just waiting to get off of this Falcon ride here. And for those of you that don't know, Halo Reach is a very combat-intensive speedrun, so there's going to be quite a lot of difficult fight sequences, but it also comes with a bunch of very difficult tricks, and one of which is at the very start of this game. So WC has probably the most difficult trick of the run, and I'll give myself a couple attempts at it. So yeah, we're just going to make our way down here and do some out-of-bounds platforming. And basically, there is this invisible barrier that we're going to kind of pass by doing some pretty intricate movement here. So we're going to sprint jump up top on this invisible thing. It's a soft barrier is what we call it, which we can just walk on top of, and that skips us over to the other side of this mountain. And we're going to make our way to the rooftop as well. So we're going to sprint up the mountain again, another set of parkour jumps here, and jump and land on this soft barrier. And so we can see we're floating in midair. You'll see a skirmisher appear here. It's going to like spawn in, and it's going to give us a needle rifle right here. Oh, the needle rifle fell. I'm gonna just pick it up. Kill this guy up top here. Yes, headshots work in this game. Okay, there we go. And we're going to go ahead and do this trick. So this is going to get us a plasma pistol right here on this guy. And we're going to EMP the Falcon here, and hopefully it gets it to flip over. If it doesn't, then we're probably going to need to revert here. Yeah,
okay.
I don't know. Okay, my checkpoint is pretty awkward, but yeah. It's going to take a couple tries. We're trying to get the Falcon to flip so we're able to pilot it, and it's a pretty unique Falcon. Basically, you're not supposed to get into one like this early into the run, but yeah, it's probably one of the most difficult tricks since the Falcon's movement is kind of determined by how you do some pathing in this area, along with these enemies kind of being pretty weird sometimes. So hopefully and get it to flip here.
I was about to say, can you even do this consistently?
It is fairly consistent. No, we have a good checkpoint here, and if you have the proper movement and stuff with killing the enemies the correct way, the timing for the EMP is very precise, just like so.
Ooh,
so now it
nice.
finally flipped. As we can see, the pilot, which is invisible, ejects. In fact, there's like an assault rifle right there, which is the pilot. And we're just going to use this spirit right here to get out of bounds. So we're going to park on top of it and hopefully get carried out this is kind of weird and finicky, and if it doesn't work, then yeah, we have to try it over again. And it's fine if it takes a while. This trick saves like many minutes, so
I see.
it's pretty nice to be able to get.
So there's like 2 parts of this that are easy to fail, and you have to redo both parts.
Yeah, here we go.
Nice.
The EMP is normally pretty consistent if you time it correctly. You just need it to be like very, very precise. The spirit, though, is kind of weird, so most of the time it works. Just depends on how it paths. Sometimes you can just get unlucky. Okay. I believe at GDQ Hotfix as well, this didn't go too well either. But after this mission, everything went super smoothly, so maybe it's a repeat of what happened last time.
Well, we're already starting off with something very cursed, but it's okay.
Yes. This is why this is one of the tricks that people recommend to learn last for the speedrun.
Yeah.
Even though it's the first mission, just because it is one of the most difficult tricks.
Like, I imagine you reset like a ton.
Yeah, it's definitely one you would reset all the time for.
I see movement outside your structure.
And it's fine. We have a lot of time here. Yeah.
So,
just
before you get it, like, how much do you think the skip would saves, like, optimally?
So there's a couple versions of this trick as well. There's some older ones which save a lot less time. I believe you can get it around 7 minutes for the mission to complete, basically. Oh, I think this should be good. There we go.
Nice.
We're out. Okay, so normally this mission with the trick first try is around like 4.5 minutes, like for the world record for the entire mission, yeah? Otherwise, it can be upwards of around 7 minutes with the old route.
Okay.
So, yeah, even getting it with this amount of tries is a little bit slower than the very old routes, but it saves a lot of time either way.
That's pretty fast. That's like 3 minutes, so.
Yep. So here we just need to kill all of these enemies on the ground here. There was a red dot here. There's one, like, little grunt there that was hiding. And yeah, when we kill all the enemies, we have to get out and back in to trigger the next sequence to start. And we're just going to be flying quite a weird path here to hit some triggers. So we hit a trigger in this area. We load in the area we originally were in. And we're going to go all the way around this big mountain in the middle here. And what this is going to do is it's going to skip a lot of the enemies that appear here. So normally you have to do this entire wave fight in this section. But by hitting these load triggers, we're able to skip this entire fight and just wait for the next area to load in. So we hit all the load triggers. You can see some very weird things are happening with the enemy collision there. And we just walk back inbounds. And yeah, there's this deloaded door that we're just going to walk right through. Right now it's just invisible. There's like something blocking it. And we're just waiting for the pop-up for the text to appear. And we're going to time 5 melees to get the door to reload in. And there we go. We're just going to head to the cutscene and have a big fight sequence here. And all of these fight sequences are going to be pretty difficult. So if I don't talk too much during them, that is why, because it is very difficult. You have to deal with a bunch of enemies that can sometimes be very weird. So I'm going to play pretty safe here. Just try to not make mistakes. That grenade almost stuck me.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay. Yeah, better safe than too risky here.
Well, that would have been great to be like, I'm going to play a little safe and then immediately get blown up.
Yes. But yeah, for most people wanting to get into speedrunning on hard difficulties, I would recommend to just play the game a lot so you understand like the game's mechanics. And oftentimes it's better to play a lot slower and just focus on not dying. As if you die, you lose like a lot of time to needing to revert to your last checkpoint and stuff. And yeah, it definitely turns into a lot of consistency sort of things.
I feel like if I was going to run a Halo game, I probably would not start with Legendary personally. Although I guess some people probably do that approach.
Yeah, there's merits to both. A lot of people start with easy, but there's also some that start with Legendary. And in fact, if you want to run Legendary, I would just start with Legendary because a lot of times the combat is the main reason why you want to do the run. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Right here
ultimately,
we're just doing this courtyard fight, so yeah.
ultimately, you know, whatever you find enjoyable is always a good idea.
Yep. Definitely, for sure. So here, this is just killing all of these enemies here. It's pretty difficult, as you can see. I'm playing pretty safe. Just trying to headshot all of these guys. And once everything's dead, we're able to get to the next area here. And for this part, there's 3 different missile batteries that we have to arm, I believe. Or I think it's 2, actually. And we're just going to these two different areas here in this order to activate them. It's basically like a big loop around. And we're going to just be walking here. There's normally like 2 wraiths that you need to kill to progress by getting a warthog, but you can just walk over here and there is a ghost that is spawned in. So we can just pick that up. I don't have a lot of EMP here, so I have to make sure that I do that. There we go. We grab this ghost from this guy, and we're just heading to the first button here. At the top of this hill, we're going to use the target locator that we picked up, use it on the ground there, and we're just going to wait for these enemies to die for 5, 6, 7 shots. You head over. Oh, he stuck my my ghost. That was unlucky. Okay, this time around. Oh. I accidentally dropped my thing. Okay, I wasn't sure if I hit the button either, but I got the pop-up. But yeah, you can hit the button through the wall there. It's very nice how the hitboxes for some of these buttons are just slightly larger than where they're located, so you can hit them through walls here. And we're going to do that again with this button. I am 1 red here. Oh boy. We're doing some pretty precise boost pathing here as well. A lot of Legendary is just optimizing your movement in combat to just not die. So if you have the proper movement and stuff, you shouldn't take that much damage. Like there, I'm full health now. So it was a little bit of a misplay on my end. But here, you get this button through the wall right here. And we're heading to this button up top. And normally you can just climb the stairs, but you can hit this button through the floor. So we're just jumping on this box and holding E as we hit that button up top. And that's all the objectives that we need to do, and we're just looping around back to our base here.
Noble, be advised. Covenant Corvette moving into position. Cat 6.
Okay. So we're going to do another trick. This is called Hunter Skip. There is this courtyard of enemies that we normally have to fight. So we're going to be punching our ghost here a little bit to damage the wings off, to be able to move our ghost into the next area past a small barricade here. I have to make sure I'm dodging these attacks here. They're very scary. We're going to line up here. and try to boost over. Oh, I missed it that time. Kind of want to be careful here. There we go. So we boost it over. We line up ourselves so we can path through with our boost here. And as long as we go fast enough, we get past all the enemies there. And the hunters load in after the elevator spawns in, so it counts the objective as completed for killing the hunters. And this is a very cool thing because I was there for the discovery of that trick. It was so cool to find.
Yeah, I saw them loading in like as you were driving past. You could see them like loading in like right as you were driving past them.
Yeah. So here we killed the elite for the concussion rifle, killed the grunts, and we're just going to use the concussion rifle to jump all the way to the top here. There's a faster set of concussion rifle jumps that you can do. I'm just doing this longer pathing because I feel a lot safer and it's a lot easier.
Oh, that's cool.
It's slower. And we're going to go ahead, pick up these rockets, and finish this mission by killing all of these banshees with the rocket launcher, and yeah. So as you can see, I'm just using the rocket lock-on stuff to target the banshees. There's a lot of small things that you can do to speed it up too. So you can do fast target locates on these enemies by targeting one, and then you can kind of switch off super quickly if you are pretty skilled at it. I'm not doing it right now, but normally you just locate one and then very quickly just switch off, and the next rocket would target the next guy. Unfortunately, that banshee is okay. So just one guy left. It is pretty hard to talk and do legendary at the same time.
I imagine.
But there we go. Not too shabby for Oni. And we are into Nightfall, which is probably one of the most fun missions. So I believe at GDQ Hotfix I showed off what was it? Armor lock pressure launch. We're not gonna do that here because yeah, that is a very difficult trick. And yeah, but you know, Nightfall is one of the most fun missions if you really like movement, and it's a very beginner-friendly one too. So the only thing is for Legendary, you can kind of get unlucky with enemies here, but hopefully I won't. So it seems like they're being nice here. We're going to use a frag grenade to jump up top here. None of the enemies spotted us, so we're good. Going to go ahead, snipe this grunt off the top. We turn around here to get a checkpoint. That also loads June in, so he's fighting as well. Target one of those elites to kill them, so we can get past all of these enemies here as well. And there we go. That's the hardest part of Nightfall done. It's very random how the enemies can behave right there too. So the fact that that went pretty well is very nice. And yeah, the rest of this mission is a lot of just movement. So as you can see, we optimize our sprint cycles by sprinting and jumping at certain points as well to get like big slides and stuff. Unfortunately, I missed that slide there. But yeah, we're just optimizing a lot of the sprint timings here. So I sprint at certain points, and that lets us get a good bounce most of the time to go fast. And oftentimes, oh, I missed my gate jump. That's fine. Just going to crouch jump here. But yeah, you'll often see runners, like when you start out with this game, you'll see people sprint the full cycle, and basically near the end of the sprint, they'll jump. And yeah, that lets you carry your sprint momentum to have the most usage of your movement. You also see people melee at the end too, to time when they sprint. So normally it's like jump 1, 2, 3 melees, and then once the melee animation completes on the third one, you're able to start sprinting again. It's a lot of small things like that that help out runners when you start learning these games, just understanding how the movement mechanics work.
I could see this being a good level to learn those things as a beginner.
Stick a remote dead charge on it.
Yep. And right here, this is forklift clip. I didn't explain this at GDQ Hotfix when I did it because we were too bewildered at the skip before. But here, we're just basically lining up ourselves with this door here to clip through this very small gap inside of it. And by doing that, we can just clip through the door, and all the enemies in this area are not loaded in. So normally there's a huge amount of enemies in this section. But by doing that door skip, we can just walk past all of it.
Yeah, I'm glad the forklift gets included in the run. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is so nice.
Yeah.
It's like one of the most unique things in this game, just the fact that we use just unconventional vehicles and stuff. It's very cool. And yeah, now we're on to Tip of the Spear, which is a very difficult starting mission, so hopefully it goes well.
I just recently played through this game, so I'm like pretty fresh on all the levels.
Yeah. So right here, we're going to go ahead, kill these grunts, and the only two enemies that matter here are these two shade turrets, so we need to just kill both of them, and yeah, just live here to get this next area to spawn in. Okay. Something got into that shade turret, but as long as the two main grunts are dead, then this warthog gets dropped in. And we're going to go ahead and just drive through this next section. We have to destroy multiple AA guns as the mission for this game, or for this mission. So we're just going to go ahead for this first one. This is very scary. We're going to just drive straight at this section, throw a frag grenade and grenade launcher it from here, and hopefully not die. Here we go, it blew up. Going to go ahead and grab this ghost right here and just go to the next area. Normally it's very scary because of how the enemies can behave there. There's one elite that is very scary. That ghost is also in a very weird position. I've never seen it like that far in that area. And we're just waiting for this bridge to drop here. So this ghost is definitely giving me issues because I need to wait for the bridge. Here we go.
Keep moving toward those fires.
Yeah, heading to the next area. And here there's normally a section where you need to... Oh, I need to make sure I grab this health pack here. I need to be full health for this section. Since we're going to be doing BXR jump, which is a grenade jump. You can use a concussion rifle too on the easy difficulty, but where you do it with a grenade on legendary. And normally we have to just do like an entire walking sequence here, but by doing this grenade jump, we just skip past walking through all of these enemies here.
Nice.
And yeah, just skip this entire area. It's very scary since the shade turret down below can shoot you if you don't do it properly. So yeah, it's very nice that we got that first try. And we're headed to the second AA turret that we need to destroy. This one is probably the most dangerous one and one of the most difficult parts of the run. So we're going to go ahead, jump out of this Revenant here on top of this Warthog, and we get into the turret and we can shoot and destroy the AA turret from here with just a machine gun. It's pretty cool. You can just hear the AA gun's alarm system, and that means that we destroyed it. Get back into the Revenant, and we're going to kill all of these enemies right here. Okay, I got EMP'd by these jackals here. Just going to kill these three. And we're going to go ahead and finish killing all of the enemies here. So I grabbed this plasma launcher, It's a pretty old safe strat, but it's very nice to have. Just killing these guys, get a checkpoint, and we're going to go ahead, get back into this Revenant, and there's 2 more hunters that we need to kill. So we're just going to do some very scary driving that goes right into them as we ram into them. Since this is the fastest way to kill these hunters, it's just very scary to do, and if you don't do it properly, you can just die like that. Oh boy. But yeah, that's why Legendary is scary, because you can have a lot of things like this happen.
Well, it does seem like a lot easier than you might guess, just from having like good strats. But there's definitely moments like this where you're in a lot of danger.
Yeah, it is Legendary speedruns, so on Legendary in general, enemies are very dangerous, so...
Yeah. Yeah, but it is interesting to see you, like, know these, like, certain pathing that you can take to minimize, like, the risk that you're under.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and something to note is a lot of times, a lot of combat is generally, like, cut and paste. Like, there is, like, an optimal method to do, like, certain sections and stuff, but oftentimes, like, it won't always go as planned. So there is a ton of backup strats or ideas that you can do. There's strats like getting a Wraith that spawns in and using that Wraith to kill stuff. You can use the plasma launcher on the hunters instead. And they all like have their tidbits of like how much time they save or how safe they are. So it's a lot of mix of how skilled you are and how...
It seems like a lot of knowledge is like very useful for making this approachable.
Yep, which is why there's so many resources. If you are interested in speedrunning Halo Runs has like so many resources put together by the community on like every mission.
Yeah,
so
that's great.
It's very easy to get into.
I always wanted to run Halo 2, but like the legendary difficulty on that game seems not the most approachable, at least for a beginner.
Yeah, it is definitely probably one of the most difficult games to get into for Halo 2, especially with mechanics like sword flying, which is very difficult since it's like a very mechanically intensive trick where you need to do like frame or tick perfect inputs. So yeah, I mean, in general, it is a lot of just getting used to the game and playing a lot.
Yeah.
So if you really enjoy Halo speedrunning or just Halo in general, like you'll have a lot of fun just playing these games.
Yeah, I love Halo. I'm surprised I've never really like learned to speedrun them, but I guess I'm not much of a first-person shooter speedrunner, so that maybe is like why I'm hesitant. But if I was gonna run any of them, it would be a Halo game. Maybe Halo 1 or Halo 2.
Yeah, and for sure there's like so many different things for each of the Halo games. For instance, Halo CE has a lot of tricks, so it's a lot less combat oriented. Then there's games like Reach, for instance, which is a ton of combat. And yeah, it's all over the place in terms of what you want out of the speedrun. So if there's anything in particular you want, you probably could find it in a Halo speedrun.
Yeah.
And yeah, right here at the very ending of this mission, we're just killing everything at the top here. And there we go.
Nice.
Very nice tip of the spear. Okay, and now we're probably into the most infamous mission for Halo Reach, being Long Night of Solace, primarily because of the space sections where we're flying the Saber. And that is known as one of the most difficult sections on Legendary in general. And it's no different in speedrunning. In fact, the speedrun method for this mission is to just stay alive by doing... yeah, so it's pretty interesting. Right here, we're going to do a big trick, though, first. So there is normally a big wave of enemies that we need to kill here. but we're going to go ahead and do the door skip by EMPing this elite and shooting it and killing it before it gets out of the tube. And if we do that correctly, then this door opens up, and that's the only enemy we have to kill at that section.
Nice.
Yeah, that is very difficult, though, since it's very easy to die from the phantom that's shooting behind me, and you have to be extremely fast with it. If the elite touches the floor at any point, then you have to retry doing that trick again. So it's very nice that I got it first try. Since the EMP also only takes down most of its shields, it doesn't fully take it out, so you need to land a couple extra pistol shots as well to make it work. Here we're just grabbing our load out of weapons, which is a sword and a sniper rifle, and we're going to be using that in the section after. And yeah, here is the saber section.
Yeah.
So it is very difficult. We're going to kill a bunch of banshees and phantoms and stuff here. And the most optimal method is to just kill as fast as possible. We have certain lineups by positioning ourselves inside the space area, which is pretty weird since it is like a three-dimensional or kind of area where it's like you can go up, down, left, right. It's like so vast. So there's a lot of freedom in how to approach this, and the enemies don't quite behave all the same all the time, unless you have like perfect like movement every time. But I don't think anyone can be like a task for that sort of thing.
Yeah, I can see how this might be a difficult section to optimize.
Yeah. So right here, we're going to position ourselves about 600-ish meters away from these first wave of banshees that's spawning in, and we're just going to spawn kill them. So we kill all of those guys up top, we kill these next few at the bottom here, and then unfortunately these last three are kind of not that cooperative here, but it's fine. Now there's 4 more seraphs that are spawning in. We're going to kill all 4 one by one here. So they spawn in, do a lot of damage to their shields until they're almost destroyed, and then we finish it off with missiles. That's the optimal way of killing them. So we're just going to do that for each of them. And then we're going to go ahead and get realigned for the third wave, which is the very scary one. So now here we're going to basically play hide and seek with these next wave of enemies, since there's way too many to stay out in the open to deal with. We're just going to be hiding behind Anchor 9, the big ship thing right there, which is going to help us kill all of these enemies here. So we're just going to go ahead and kill one seraph, and we're just going to boost while turning in a bunch of directions here. And that is going to make it so that we're dodging some of the enemies that are firing. It might look very disorienting, and it is very disorienting to play. And we're just hiding right here. So all of these enemies will kind of crash into Anchor 9.
Oh, really?
Hopefully. Yeah, so you can see
that. Yeah, that's awesome.
In here. Normally there's like a ton, so it's also very safe. And the reason why this works is because on MCC, the enemy behavior is slightly different compared to the original versions of the game, because of the game's physics engine of the tick rate system changing from 30 to 60.
Yeah.
And what that does is it makes all the enemies behave a lot more aggressively. So
that's funny.
Okay.
That exact same thing happens in Dark Souls Remastered, because it's like the frame rate is doubled, so the enemies are like more aggressive. Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
Yeah, I believe it happens for like a lot of these games that were originally 30 tick rate and stuff. So right here, unfortunately, the enemies weren't super aggressive, so there's a couple that are still alive. I believe there's like one more. Yeah, there we go. So now that enough are dead, we're going to go ahead and boost over here and hopefully get a good checkpoint. I don't think I'm getting one. Oh, there we go. So now we have to just kill these last 5 phantoms here. And we're just going to go ahead and dodge these shots and try not to die. There is a lot of enemies that are spawning in now as well, which is the very last wave. I'm one shot and I barely lived. But we didn't die, which is what matters.
Nice.
Okay, so that was very clutch, gotta say. And yeah, we're just waiting for the next space section here. That is very difficult to do. It's very easy to die here. In fact, when you're starting out to run this game, this is probably the section where you're going to have to spend the most time learning. And a lot of times, the fastest way to play this section is to just, like, not even deal with enemies and just hide.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Same thing in this space section. We're going to do a very similar thing here. We're just going to go ahead, kill all of these engines. We're going to go ahead and spawn kill these banshees before they have a chance to leave. There we go. And we're going to kill all of the rest of these 4 engines. We killed one of them on the way down. We're killing these last 2 here. And then once we do all of that, we're going to go ahead and boost over to this ship right here. And we're going to use it to take cover. So the Savannah right here is just going to go ahead and shoot at all of these enemies. We're just trying to attack a little bit to attract enemies to our position. And we're just going to use it as cover here. So they're all on the other side of this ship. So we're just going to go ahead. You can see we peek out here to get them attracted to our position, so they'll drive over and get shot. And we're just going to go ahead and wait here for these guys to die. And it's very safe. We can go out once there's like 1 or 2 left. And yeah, just have that the ship take care of all of them for us. Since you can see, even just one ship is dealing so much damage to us. Like one of these Seraphs. And this is a lot faster than trying to do it normally, because these guys take forever to kill as well on their own. But the Savannah, if it could, like, actually shoot that guy, it normally kills these guys very fast, so it's very nice. We got past all of the space section, and now we're into the inside, which is also very difficult. It's a lot of very fun combat here, so yeah. Right here we're going to spawn in and kill a bunch of elites. Very difficult to do. So there's 1, 2, oh, I missed 3. One of them jumped up top here. Trying to need to headshot these guys. I want to make sure. Oh, this guy's trying to. Oh, let's redo that. Normally you can kill 4, and then there's another 2 that you need to snipe. But that guy's just jumping out of the way.
As soon as we're sure the Corvette can't
Just 3 or 4. Kill this guy. And that guy. There we go. Normally you would snipe the last 2, but the enemies were not quite behaving the same way. And now here we're just going to give our allies some plasma rifles, since they're more strong for dealing with these next enemies here, since it'll help strip their shields of the elites that we're going to have to deal with here. And yeah, we're just going to kill all these enemies. And we're using the needle rifle since it's just 3 shots to kill all of these grunts here. And we were going to use the sniper rifle to kill all of these elites. Just 1 headshot. And yeah, I'm just trying to focus on whatever enemies that I can see that are easy. The enemies will make their way over and stuff, and I have to be kind of careful since, yeah, it kind of can be scary when dealing with these guys that are just all over the place in different spots. Okay, 1 more, I think. There we go.
Nice shot.
Very nice.
6, go for those shield controls.
Hit this button, and we're into the next section. I need to give this sniper rifle to some guy.
Moving toward the super carrier. Head for
Go
the
ahead and carry this DMR over to this door since we'll use it later. And we're going to head to the bridge to activate the controls. There's a lot of enemies in the way, and we're just going to go ahead and try to get a plasma pistol. I got unlucky here. There is no plasma pistol. So I'm going to need to somehow... Oh, he stuck his own guy. Ah, okay.
I saw
Okay,
that.
I'm going to have to get a plasma pistol from these guys here. Oh, that guy has one now. There we go. But yeah, a plasma pistol overcharge is what we really want to get here. So I was just very unlucky that I didn't get one last time. And yeah, we're just making our way down. We're trying to kill all the enemies as well, since they'll be here on the way back if we don't. Just backsmack this guy, and head over to the bridge. So in this section, the enemies can be very difficult to deal with depending on how they spawn. So this is one of the most unlucky spawns you can get here, which is very unfortunate. So I'm going to have to just kind of improv here. So normally, depending on where they're spawned, you can just backsmack every single enemy and not have to deal with a ton of combat here. But if that doesn't happen, there is an invisible guy here. There we go. Yeah, we're going to have to just kill everything manually. And this guy here is very scary. There we go. And just one more grunt. There we go. Yeah, enemies are all over the place in Reach, so combat is very difficult. Okay, we hit the button, and now we have to just backtrack through the mission. Go ahead and try to kill these guys. There we go. Yep, very nice. Just make our way back here. More enemies spawn in this section. EMP this guy. And there are a lot of faster ways you can approach these things as well. Like sometimes if you want to be very fast, you can just walk past enemies without killing them. But oftentimes you just want to kill them for safety, and if you don't, sometimes you just don't get checkpoints either. So it's often the fact that you just need to play to what you feel in Legendary. Oh. Just backsmack that guy. I would really like, there we go, another plasma pistol.
Kronos,
we have a Bob up top there.
Would this be a good time to get some announcements in?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. All right, so if you're curious about what's coming up on GDQ Hotfix, make sure you check out this week's schedule and explore our full season lineup at gdq.gg/hotfix. Also, prize submissions are open for SGDQ 2025. Visit gamesdonequick.com for more info. And back to you, Kronos.
Yep. This entire sequence is just spawn killing all of these guys. It's very cool. And yeah, right here, we're just going to go ahead and backsmack these two elites. They get scared of us and roar, so we can just walk behind them and do that. And we're going to try to spawn kill this guy from across the map. So we EMP'd that guy. Unfortunately, it didn't land, but that's fine. We just have to kill these last 3 elites. One of them went to the top. I've never seen him tap that way before. Interesting. There we go. Oh, he missed. Okay.
Very nice. Yeah, a good bit of improvising probably happens during these runs.
Yeah, especially because of enemy behavior. like in a lot of these games, enemies behave very differently for like many different reasons. It doesn't even matter like if it's like you try to do the same thing over and over, like just depending on your seed or some parts of the game.
Too many variables.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're on to Exodus. I think after this mission we can take a break.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yep. And this is probably one of the most fun missions. I believe this is the first mission I learned on Legendary, just because I thought it was so cool. Unfortunately, it is also one of the most difficult combat missions, since there's a lot of sniping that we're going to be doing, and enemies that are very unfriendly. So right here, for instance, we're going to be using these boxes to just make ourselves unreachable. And these grunts right here are going to keep blowing themselves up. That's what they're programmed to do in this section.
Oh, yeah.
By pulling out plasma grenades.
I remember this part.
So by making ourselves unreachable, by standing on these ledges and stuff, it causes the grunts to just blow up on their own because they're like, oh, I can't reach that guy. So
Interesting.
They just blow up. And it's very nice to be able to do. Makes that section a lot easier. And now here we're just going to go ahead and grab this sniper rifle, and we're going to do some very fun things here. Oh, this is not optimal. Oh. Kind of messed up here. So we're going to have to improv here. Normally, the plasma should kill everything. But it didn't, so we're now going to do it this way. Okay, so now this section we're just going to snipe everything. There's a lot of different methods that people play this section. I believe this was popularized by Sorix to do, since it makes if you are good at sniping, you can just kill all the brutes in like one sniper clip basically, or 2 sniper clips, and it's very cool and very satisfying to do. It's not too bad what I did here, but it's a bit slower than what is expected. But you know, it's very, very satisfying.
I feel like that would be my weakness, is like I'm not the best at aiming in these games, honestly. But I imagine you can still like get through these runs without being the best aim in the world.
Yeah, I also wouldn't call myself really good at aiming either. I don't think I'm super mechanically skilled for stuff like this, but I've gotten a lot better just by speedrunning. So if you want to get better at playing FPSs, just
play them.
Pick up speedrunning.
Yeah.
It's like really cool.
Yeah. I mean, I used to play a lot of Halo, but it was also on console with the controller, so it certainly is different playing it on PC.
Yeah, there are some games where controller is still used as well, and controller honestly still has a lot of prevalence in speedrunning as well for Halo games. I believe in Halo 2, most runners still at least use controller in most aspects, since it's pretty comfortable.
For sword flying, that would make sense.
I believe there's also other games too that have some uses. I believe Halo 4 has a trick in specific that is controller only, which is very interesting.
That is interesting. Yeah, and I guess it's like, you know, because these games were originally on consoles, like there's just a bit of history with runners liking to play them on controller as well.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. Like, I wasn't particularly good at FPSs either when I started out. I believe, like, just playing a lot of Halo over the years has gotten me quite a bit better than I used to be, so it's very satisfying to see my gameplay improve in general.
Other side of the hall there, Lieutenant. Right through triage.
Yeah, here we're going to do this jetpack sequence here. So this is a very, normally a very scary section if you're playing casually, since there's a ton of brutes and enemies in this section. But by using our jetpack, we can use it to do some platforming to some places that were normally like unintended to be walking on. So we're just going to go under the map here to go past all of these enemies. So there's like all of them up top here, and we're just going to just walk under in this section here on this like little ledge. And this is going to skip by all the enemies above us. We get a checkpoint here. We just fly to this structure here. Fly up to this thing right here. And there's a last amount of enemies here that are very scary sometimes. And yeah, we just skipped that entire section with the jetpack. Now here we're going to throw a plasma grenade at this phantom here, and that is to blow up these turrets so that they don't shoot us as we're flying up to the top of this section here. And normally you have to do like an entire walking sequence up and around to get to the top, but by just using our jetpack, we can just go all the way up top here to begin with and skip all those enemies. So now we have to clear this helipad fight, which is very scary.
Yeah,
there's a lot
this.
of enemies here, lots of brutes. So just going to use the needler to kill most things. Unfortunately, I don't have enough needle ammo here to do everything. Going to kill this chieftain with 2 rockets, hopefully. Unfortunately, it's going to take an extra. I don't see him anymore. There we go. No, that didn't die. Oh, he got his shields back. Okay, we're going to have to do a lot of improv here, since I do not have enough weapons. So we're going to go ahead, walk back here. There's one grunt here that is kind of bugging me. Okay. Going to grab this fuel rod and just kill the rest of the enemies that are here. Just gonna play very safe here. Oh, okay. I just fuel routed myself. That is not optimal.
Right after you said I'm playing very safe here.
Okay. Grab this health back, and now we'll try to kill these things as well. There we go. I think that's everything.
Nice. That is not an easy room. Even on normal difficulty, this room was killing me the last time I played this game.
Yeah, it's primarily this brute right here with the fuel rod is very scary, and these shade turrets are extremely scary as well. There's a lot of different strategies that people use in this section too. Some people use the DMR instead of the needler, which helps with the shade turrets a lot more, but it makes the brutes a lot more difficult to kill. And yeah, we're just getting into the Falcon here, and this is a 4-minute auto-scroller where you can die, which is very rough. Like, this is probably one of the most annoying sections for a legendary runner, because sometimes you just can't do anything about it in this section. And I believe it's like a 5 to 10% chance of happening where you die here randomly.
That's rough.
So
this is pretty,
hopefully it doesn't happen.
Pretty far into the run.
Yeah. Basically, if you die, it's also like a big revert. It's like 3 minutes normally. So it's quite unfortunate if that does happen.
Well, cross your fingers, y'all.
Yep, so right here, we're just killing whatever enemies that we can that are dangerous to us. And those are those 3 brutes. And all of these banshees that spawn in here are just kind of completely random. So they can be convenient, and we're trying to just kill them by leading our shots, but it is pretty difficult to do that. And sometimes the Banshees can path to places where we can't shoot them either. So we're just going to hope for the best that they don't shoot a random Banshee bomb.
Would this be a good time to get some announcements in?
Yes,
okay.
For sure.
All right. So, Black in a Flash's Summer Speedrunning Celebration, Juneteenth, is coming to the GDQ channel June 19th to the 22nd. Type !Juneteenth in chat for the full schedule and visit gdq.gg/BAF to learn how you can get involved with the Black in a Flash community. And be sure to follow their new Blue Sky page at blackinaflash.bsky.social to stay connected. All right, and back to you, Kronos.
Nice. I nearly got Banshee bombed by one of the Banshees here. I think we should be fine now that we got past this section. So we are good. Now here we're trying to kill this Wraith Gunner guy here. Hopefully I can get it. If not, it's fine, which I didn't get. Just helps out a little bit. And yeah, we're just going to finish off this mission right here. And basically there's 3 buttons that we need to press in this section to activate like anti-air turret things. Like I swear like every objective is like an anti-air turret in this game. But okay, I think it's missile batteries. Yeah, missile batteries. So we're just going to go ahead and arm the 2 and press the button here. And they're pretty difficult sometimes because based off enemy behavior, they can be kind of rough to hit. I'm going to use this hammer for a little bit of a boost here.
Cool.
Well, a bit too much. There's a lot of hammer tech in this game that is very difficult to do. And Exodus is like one of the only missions where it exists, so it's pretty cool. It's a lot more prevalent on easy though.
Yeah.
And here we're just going to hopefully not die to this Wraith here. As we switch over to this Warthog, we drive into this water area to get a checkpoint. Game, you're supposed to give me a checkpoint there. No. Okay, that's fine. We'll just redo this section. But yeah, normally, like 99% of the time, when the Wraith doesn't drive into the wall like that, it should give us a checkpoint in the water.
I was thinking maybe you would go back to the auto scroller if you died there. I'm glad you didn't get sent that far back.
Yeah. But yeah, this should be a checkpoint. There we go. So yeah, we got this checkpoint here because there's 2 Wraiths that are shooting at us, and there's like a ton of enemies at this missile battery. There's 3 brutes basically, and we can die to this Wraith. Oh boy, nearly boosted into me there. And we're trying to hit this last button here too, where there's a fuel rod brute that sometimes exists there, but looks like he's hiding, so we're good here. And yeah, that is Exodus.
Nice.
And now it is a pretty good time to take a break if that is what is expected.
Yeah.
Or I could keep going. Yeah.
No, we're going to take a short little break, y'all. So we're going to pause the timer and go for that. So if you want to take care of yourself by grabbing a snack, using the bathroom, stretching, now's a good time. But we'll be right back in just a few minutes to finish off the rest of this run. So thank you so much for watching, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hey y'all, welcome back from the break. We are currently in the middle of a Halo Reach legendary run being piloted by Kronos over here. Go ahead and take it away for us, Kronos, and count us back in.
Yep. So let's get back into it in 3, 2, 1, go. Yep. Right here is probably the most infamous level of Halo speedrunning in general, which is New Alexandria. Probably the most difficult to, like, one of the most difficult to learn as a new runner, and like one of the most frustrating as a veteran. So this mission in particular has a ton of RNG. based off of how enemies behave, what objectives that we have, and it's completely random. So, yeah, it is also very frustrating since you can get objectives that are very bad and lose you like 5 minutes.
I didn't realize that the objectives are random too.
Yeah.
Wow.
I believe there's, so this mission has 3 main objectives and 2 side objectives on solo. So the 3 main objectives on legendary are completely random of which one's first. I got the worst one to be first as well, which is Club Herrera, since it's the farthest away and we have to get all our pilots off for this section so we can do one of our other tricks in this run. So right here, hopefully my Falcon doesn't blow up here, since I'm leaving a couple enemies alive there. And we're going to go ahead and hit all of these, like, things. I don't know what they're actually called here. But the jammers, yeah. So basically the jammers for each objective that we need to hit for the 3 of them. And once we do that, we just have to run back to our Falcon and we get our first side objective here. And the side objective is completely random of one of 12 different objectives. And the worst one to get is something called Buck, which is like one of the 5-minute auto-scroller objectives.
Wow.
So if we get that, we are reverting to our last checkpoint.
That is so bad.
And just hope that we don't get it.
Yeah.
And it's 3 of the 12, so it's a 25% chance that you do get it. Otherwise, we're going to get a different random objective here.
I
so
had
right
no
now
idea.
I'm looking around. Yeah. Okay, so we are getting jackals, it seems.
Okay.
So we just have to remember what the objectives that we have are. Actually, it's brutes. Yeah. So basically, this is one of the objectives, so you have to just go over and complete it. So right here, it's technically to kill all the brutes here, but normally it's faster to get all our marines to die, and we generally want it to be the brutes that kill them because we don't want our enemies or our allies to get angry at us. So we can't shoot them to kind of entice them to damage, because if the Marines survive, then they will call in a Pelican to pick them up, which is very slow. So once we do the objective, we're going to go ahead and hopefully get Hospital as our next objective. There we go. So it's based off of what dialogue that we get. And we're going to go ahead and hopefully grab one of these Banshees. There we go. Very nice Banshee grab. It is very scary to do because you have to get out of your Falcon and just ram into a Banshee, and hopefully they cooperate with you by not boosting. And yeah, we're just going to carry this Banshee over to the hospital here. Since I'm playing on current patch, I have to do this setup right here, since they changed how the game works on current patch. Normally runners down patch, but didn't feel like playing on the down patched version.
That's fair.
So we just go ahead and call evac on top of the roof there, so we get our Falcon back after. And we're just bringing this Banshee indoors here through this section, which is definitely not intended. So we fly through all of these hallways and stuff. And once we hit this button here, because of what we did, we're able to just teleport out of this area by waiting long enough for the stuff to despawn. I'm shooting here to delay a checkpoint. And once we do, we get out here, we get teleported, and we go ahead and get our new Falcon here. So I also manipulated the checkpoint, so I hopefully have a good thing to revert to if I get a bad objective. And looks like we got cat shades, which is a very safe objective, but one of the farthest away. So this is actually pretty decent RNG, so not too shabby, especially for a marathon run. Because sometimes you can just get very unlucky and get very lengthy objectives.
A 5-minute auto scroller is like really brutal.
Yeah. It's very brutal. That's why we manipulate the checkpoints so we can revert if we do get it and hopefully get a different objective. And we want the checkpoint to be manipulated so that it happens before we get the loading done that occurs. And that lets us get a different objective.
Right,
if you get a checkpoint after, then you're stuck with whatever objective you get. And now here we're at Synovia, which is the last objective here. And pretty much the same as the first objective that we had. We're just going to go ahead, fly on over, and these enemies are going to shoot at us, but they're not going to shoot anymore once we're up top here. They're just stuck at the bottom there, and we're just going to hit the last jammer. And this one's pretty easy, there's only buggers. That guy's so rude. He killed my violence. That's actually pretty bad.
I was assuming that was like what was supposed to happen, but I guess not.
Oh no. I didn't think that guy would actually push up with a plasma grenade. Now that's going to actually hurt a little bit here, since normally those gunners help with dealing with the last part of this mission. So once again, there we go. We hit the jammer for that. Just jump all the way back to the top here, back to the elevator. And grab the rockets just cause I'm used to it. You don't need them here. It's very nice though if you get it, or this objective first, since you can use it at the hunters section. But yeah. So now I don't have any gunners, so this is going to be kind of awkward. Generally, we're supposed to have them here to help kill the phantoms that are spawned in this section. So as you can see, I'm shooting at one right now. There's 3 of them that drop off 2 shade turrets each. So we're just going to go ahead and spawn kill 2 of the shade turrets right here. So we're just shooting at the engine of this phantom, which is the fastest way to kill it. We'll be doing a lot of this in the next mission, except not in the Falcon. So yeah, you can see it's taking a lot longer to kill because we don't have gunners. So this is very awkward. And I think it dropped off the shade turret, so I have to kill that too. And I have to be very careful at this section too, since if I don't kill stuff fast enough, then banshees also start coming in and can kill you too. I'm also flying very high up to try to mitigate this as well. And there's this last shade turret here. And once that's dead, we are all good. As you can see, all of these banshees right here, if you are not killing these shade turrets, they will be shooting at you. And yeah, that's very bad. And yeah, that was a very nice NA for it being normally a very random mission. So very nice. And yeah, we're on to Package, which is also one of the scariest missions. But this time it is because of the start section right here, which is very infamous for being difficult. So right here, we're going to go ahead and get this ghost here. I'm going to try this actually. So this is a more fast, dangerous strat, where we can just grab the ghost and just dodge all of these enemies here. And it looks like it didn't work out. Okay. You can just try it again. I think this is a decent enough spawn for it. Because, yeah, normally, like, to be safe, you can kill a bunch of the guys. But, yeah, doing this is fine, too. I did get something called Gandalf, where if you know Lord of the Rings, the "you shall not pass" grunt is right there with a fuel rod. So that's why we call it the Gandalf. And yeah, we're just going to go ahead, kill these grunts here. And yeah, normally you would take the tank at this section. If you're a beginner runner, I would recommend that. But if you want to be flashy and want to be fast, you do this, which is called tankless, where we take this Revenant and drive past all of these enemies, and this is a very scary, dangerous trick. Okay, the ghosts are still shooting at me for some reason. But we have time to kill, so it's fine to keep doing this, since this is a lot flashier and a lot more fun. But yeah, we're just trying to skip past all of these enemies here, and we throw the frag grenade to get that grunt to get out of the turret, and we just boost past all of these ghosts. This time, the ghost is not following at me, and we're actually full health here, which is a miracle. That's like very nice, since these next sections here are very scary. You need to kill these 2 AA turrets here, just shooting one and the other. Right there at the cores, and we're going to go ahead, boost past these enemies, grab this ghost, and not die to any of the other enemies here. We're going to try to force a checkpoint here. There we go. Last time at GDQX, I didn't get a checkpoint there, and that was very scary. Okay. I kind of messed up my driving here, but it's fine. We're just going to drive past all of these enemies here, weaving in a very specific path, which is very dangerous. And yeah, that's bad. Okay, we're fine. The Revenant didn't shoot at me. And yeah, once we get into this corner, we are good. We just need to kill the 2 shade turrets. And then once we do that, we just need to hijack this Revenant and dodge all of its shots and not get splattered by it. Okay, I don't know what it's doing. It decided to shoot itself right there. Okay, we are good. So you got the checkpoint. I like to get out here because these Banshees will try to shoot at you as well. So just by hiding here at this rock, it's a lot safer. And yeah, once this door opens, we are good to go. It's very nice of a package start, not gonna lie, because this mission is very scary for that start sequence. And yeah, that was tankless, one of the most dangerous tricks to learn in the run.
You had mostly full HP the whole time.
Yeah. It's very difficult to live that section, so the fact that I got like mostly full HP at that section is really cool too. So now here we're just doing a jump across to skip past these enemies, just through the frag for safety. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do a safety strat here, where we're going to go ahead and use this hologram to try to get these enemies to shoot at the hologram instead of me as we do this jump, which is statue jump. It's one of the... Oh, okay. I unfortunately got hit at the end there. But it's pretty infamous of a trick here, because it's normally a very easy trick to land in general, but if you get shot once while doing it, you will take a damage slowdown is what it's called, where if you get hit by a bullet or of any sort, you just slow down your movement by a lot. And when that happens, you're not able to make the jump. So, yeah, very nice that we were able to land it right there. And now we're into this entire wave fight sequence. And this sequence is a lot of fun. It's gone through so many different developments over the years. Before, people didn't know how it worked. And now it's like one of the most difficult sequences to optimize. So right here, we're trying to grab a Banshee. Oh shoot, that's not good. Going to try for this guy then. There we go, barely made it. And yeah, and we're going to just activate all of these turrets here, and we're going to very quickly get ready to kill these phantoms. So there's a lot of phantoms that are dropping in troops, And if you can kill the phantoms before they drop in the troops, it speeds up this section a ton. So now we're going to be just shooting at these with the laser and rockets that we got. And normally it's a lot faster, and we're going to have to deal with a lot of extra enemies here for this first one here. So hopefully it's fine. Okay, that works out, I guess. There's one route left over. But yeah, this is one of the most difficult sequences to optimize because the Banshee flying and shooting and stuff while trying to stay alive and not die from all the other enemies that are trying to shoot at you is very difficult, especially when you're trying to optimize damage and everything. Which, yeah, you have to just aim your fuel rod shots and all of these things at the phantoms properly. And as you can see, it is pretty difficult to just maneuver your Banshee around too. And then once you do that, you just kill whatever stragglers that are left here. And you have to be careful because sometimes they can EMP you for these jackals, and sometimes you can splatter stuff here, but you have to be careful of the brutes because they can also armor lock to like make you splatter from trying to splatter them, which is kind of funny. And yeah, just once everything's dead, just hope for the best at the next section. And there's 3 waves, so this is wave 2. We just want to also keep all these turrets activated if possible, since the phantom waves get determined by, or at least when they spawn in gets determined by if there's like the number of them that are up. Since the more that are up, the faster the phantoms spawn in, which helps a lot. So right here, we're going to go ahead and kill this phantom. It's very important to kill this phantom first because this one's dropping 2 ghosts here, and we want to kill it before it drops the ghosts. And yeah, generally it's in a specific order that we are killing them here. So as you can see here, we are killing this far phantom here. And I want to kind of be a bit more careful here since I don't want to get EMP'd by those jackals. There we go. And this phantom here as well. It's pretty precise, this movement. Okay. Oh, it's not quite it. There we go. As you can see, that guy, those 2 jackals are holding EMPs. Very scary. Don't want to be next to them. Want to activate this turret. And then once the music changes, that means that we have the next wave. There we go. And this is wave 3. So I got good spawn here. So I'm going to go ahead and try to pre-fire some rocket shots. Let's see if they hit. They look like that first shot went through the phantom, which is very unfortunate. There we go. So that's 1 down. Now we want to kill this phantom next because it's dropping off hunters, and normally it's the first one that goes away. So we don't want it to go away since if it goes away, then it's a lot slower for this section. So hopefully I can kill it in time. Oh, I don't think I will, but we'll try.
Yeah, that seems hard to like get your movement correct on these like run-ups to it.
Yeah. Okay, it's not gonna die. So we're going to have to wait a little bit of extra time here. But yeah, like I've never been super good at this Banshee flying sequence either for these fights. if you see other runners, they'll normally get it done very quickly too. It is also just a very difficult section to optimize, and definitely is something that you need to practice a ton to get good at.
Current recharging.
So right here, a couple more enemies that are left alive, so we're going to go ahead and kill them. At the last, final section here, there's only one phantom that we need to kill, which is this one that's spawning up here. You can kill another one, but that's normally a co-op only strat that saves a tiny bit more time, but this is the only one that's required to die here. So I'm just going to go ahead and kill it. Normally it drops off a ton of elites, so that's why we are just trying to kill it before it drops them off. Okay. If you didn't see what happened there, my fuel rod shot collided with one of the shots that the Phantom shot, so it just blew up on me instead of it, which nearly killed me, but they're fine here. Okay. And that was package. Very nice package.
Nice.
And now we are into the final mission, the Pillar of Autumn. So this is also a pretty difficult mission, but it's pretty standard with good gameplay. So right here, this is a very fun mission too. There's a lot of different ways to approach the end sequence, and I'll be doing the pretty beginner-friendly strat here. Okay, that was way too good of a slide.
Stay low. Let me draw the heat. Just deliver that.
Basically, you want to get a slide to this elite, but not past it. You're just trying to manipulate him to backsmack him like that, because we really need his concussion rifle here, since we'll be using it for the rest of the run. So, okay. Don't want to take too much damage there. Okay, we're fine. Good driving. Yep. Yeah, this is the Mongoose Drive section. Normally pretty standard. There is a very risky route that you can do that technically saves like 2 seconds if you do it perfect, but like 90% of the time it doesn't work, where you just drive straight and hope that you don't flip, and it's very easy to die. So I'm just going to go the standard route.
Is
here.
is this
just path along to the left?
This is a good time to get a few more announcements in?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Get ready for Summer Games Done Quick 2025 by checking out our SGDQ ambassadors. All throughout the month of June, support Doctors Without Borders by joining each ambassador's community in the lead up to SGDQ. Use ! SGDQ ambassadors to check out the full schedule. Also, our Hotfix summer merch collection is now live. Head over to theyeti.com/GDQ to check out our brand new Hotfix shirt, keychain, and sticker pack. And back to you, Kronos. Thank you so much.
Yep. We are now here at the end of the Mongoose Drive.
Perfect.
And we're going to start using the concussion rifle for our first jump here. So we're going to go ahead and sprint jump off here. Bounce off. Oh, my mouse is dying. Oh
no.
Okay, I think we are fine now. Don't know what was going on. The sensor is something. Okay, 1 second. That is kind of awkward. It's working now? Okay, it's working now. Let's fall off here. Okay, there we go. We're fine. This is fine. And yeah, we're just going to go ahead and grab some needle rifles here. So there's these grunts again that we're going to blow up. And just going to go ahead and kill... Oh, shoot. Okay, let's ignore that guy. I was going to kill him, but it's fine. You don't need to. And yeah, we're going to use this needle rifle for the end section. This is the standard speedrun strat for it. Since there's other strats where you can use rockets instead, which is slightly faster, but it is a very dangerous and difficult strat to do. So, yeah, definitely something that you should learn if you're going for like records. But if you want to just learn the speedrun, I would recommend just getting this needle rifle and doing the very basic strat that is a lot safer. And yeah, we're just sprinting through these tunnels. What we did at the start there as well was a concussion rifle jump to skip past all of these enemy spawns that are normally in this section here. There's a lot of buggers and skirmishers.
That's what I figured that was.
Past all of that.
Yeah.
And now here, we're going to go ahead and sprint jump here. And jump past all these guys. So if you want to get lucky, you can kind of get this guy's concussion rifle as well. But normally he despawns. I'm surprised he didn't. But yeah, we're just going to go ahead, run past him, and carry ourselves all the way past this courtyard here by doing some sprint jumps here. You can see this area is very not friendly. Lots of enemies below, so we just take this alternative path up top here. We're optimizing our sprint cycles as well, since we are moving through some of these difficult sections, like this one right here. There's like a ton of elites, and we just walk past them through the doorway here. And yeah, go ahead to this area, and there's even more enemies here. And we're just going to do a concussion rifle jump here to the top platform here to skip all these guys down below.
Cool.
There's tons of enemies here. And going to go ahead, drop down behind them all. Use our sprint through this section. There's a phantom right here that's going to shoot at us. But we just skip past here. We're hiding here. These elites are going to come out. But those elites are actually slightly bugged. They don't do like any damage to you. Even if they shot at you, they do like nothing on legendary for some reason. And here we hit a spawn trigger for these enemies. Normally you would have to kill like hunters and stuff for the door to open. But yeah, we just skip past all that. We grab this DMR, and we're just going to go ahead and kill all of these guys right here with the DMR. So this is the safe strat. Alternatively, you could do very different things as well. You can use the concussion rifle to jump up top in that section here. We're going to kill this invis guy. He has a sword, so it's quite funny to do that. And I'm going to do it even safer here. Generally, you can just run past this entire section, but I'm actually going to go ahead and kill this elite right here, so I can grab all the ammo from the needle rifle guys, the skirmishers that were up here. So just make sure I have full ammo for this next section. And yeah, this is the final fight sequence of the game that we're coming up to. So we're going to go ahead, run past all these guys. Refresh our sprint. And here. So now we're going to use the concussion rifle for this section right here. So there is a big turret, the Mac cannon. We're going to go ahead. Oh, I messed up my concussion rifle jumps. But we're going to go ahead and jump all the way to the top to use it to help speed up this fight sequence a lot. So normally you're not supposed to be here. This is like the final sequence of the game. Also, I kind of messed up here. Hopefully this is fine. So I line up 2 plasma grenades. And, oh, I did mess up, okay. So, okay, let me try this one more time. Basically, you want to get all the way up top. Couple jumps, and then right here, I stand on this platform right here to throw 2 plasma grenades, get into the Mac cannon. Last time someone was in it, which is Emil, and Okay. My mouse is dying, actually.
Oh no.
The mouse click didn't trigger right there, so okay. I think the sensors or something are kind of starting to bug out, so... And I think I just have to stick with it and try again. Oh,
Okay.
that's unfortunate.
We lose that, the Autumn has no covering fire. She'll never make orbit.
Yeah, because it stopped holding the left click down right there. So I couldn't fire. Hopefully it can last the rest of this
Yeah,
run.
we're almost at the end.
Okay, yeah, the plasma grenades that I am throwing... Okay, I missed it again. We're fine. But the plasma grenades that I am throwing right there are to spawn kill the brutes that are dropping off the first Phantom.
Clear an LZ, and I'll meet you there.
So it's right here. So I'm just doing pretty precise lineups there with the geometry in the background. There we go.
Nice.
I'll take out as many dropships as I can.
And now we're just going to kill all of these guys. This is why we get the needle rifle here. There are other strats where you use the rockets to spawn kill all of these guys instead.
Hold them off until Keys gets here.
Now we get into the back cannon again to fire this shot. There we go. Okay, so I need to kill one more jackal at that section right there. Let's throw a couple frags here to kill these jackals. And now I just need to finish off whatever is left here. There is one jackal that is hiding somewhere that I need to find. Oh, it's behind this thing.
Yeah, I see him. Oh man.
Okay, so I just have to wait for it to die, unfortunately. Because basically once, oh, there's two actually. But once there's like two enemies left, then this next wave will spawn in, and we just need to kill these last two right here. There we go. And now we just need to kill these two brute chieftains. So we're just going to go ahead, drop down here, grab this plasma pistol, do one shot like that. There's one more here, and there we go.
Nice.
Yep. And that is basically the game. There's one section left to go.
Yeah.
Where we're just getting into the Mac cannon and blowing up the Corvette here. So yeah, that is basically the entire run.
We had some
So just
issues
waiting
with
for
the
this.
mouse at the end there, but we got through it. Very good.
Yep. So just one more trick to do, which is basically a repeat of what we did last time. Also, I did forget to grab a DMR here. It still exists, so we're fine. Basically, you want the DMR to just kill one enemy at the end sequence, which can kind of mess up your run sometimes. So we're just going to go ahead, come up here, 1, 2, 3,
Nice. Yeah.
come up to the top, jump down, and we hit this trigger right here. That starts the timer for the auto scroller of the end sequence. We kill this engineer right here, and there's just one elite that is right here that we're going to just kill. Takes a bit over a full clip to kill it, so we're just waiting for its shields to pop. Shoot at it a bunch. Okay. And yeah, that's basically the game. We're just going to go ahead, jump down, grab a health pack for safety, which is right around this corner.
Steady, Spartan.
Come up to the top here, and just wait for this lineup right here. So once this big light of the Corvette passes this marker right here, we just go in, and time is once the Corvette blows up. So just waiting here, blah, blah, blah. There we go. Just walk up, charge the mag cannon, and time.
Nice. Well
So
done.
that was an hour, 29 minutes, and 27 seconds on my speedrun timer, which is under 130, which was my estimate.
Yeah.
So not too shabby, given especially what happened at the start.
Yeah.
And with the mouse mess ups at the end here, since that kind of costed me a couple minutes as well. And you know, that's pretty solid of a run, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean-
pretty happy about it.
That was awesome, Kronos. Thank you so much for doing that for us. Always amazing to watch a Halo Legendary run, and you killed it.
Yep.
Do you want to? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. And if you want to see more Halo speedruns for SGDQ coming up in July, there will be 2 Halo runs. There is a Halo 4 Legendary run by Coma, which is very amazing. Coma's an amazing runner, former world record holder by like a long amount of time until fairly recently. And their run is going to be very amazing to watch. I highly recommend it, and I'll be on couch for that. And also, the Halo Reach Legendary Co-op run, which I will be a part of, with Mankey, Dice, and Nervy Destroyer. So that is going to be a very sick run if you want to see this, but with 4 players at a much faster speed. Definitely tune in and watch that. So yeah, that will be at SGDQ, so make sure to check it out. Yep, and I guess that is it for me. So if you have any final things to say.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you so much to the runners that we had on for the Oblivion run and for the Halo Reach run. They're both amazing runs. Thank you so much for being here. But make sure you stay tuned because we still have some more GDQ Hotfix to go for the night. Make sure you stay tuned for Think Fast coming up next, right after this. But for Game Over, that's all we have for tonight. I'm Regal. I've been your host. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy Think Fast after this. Thank y'all.